Hi scholars, this is Miss Ward again, and I want to give you a few tips that are going to help you with your learning activity today. All right, the first one we're going to focus on is when we are reading these texts, they give you two texts to read. We have to first find the main idea. That's the most important part. We need to be able to look at the details and figure out, okay, what is this text mostly about, right? So we've talked about this in class. You ask yourself, what is it mostly about? You look for clue words that are repeated constantly in the text. And then don't forget to reread the first and the last sentence to help you, okay? So I'm going to show you a different text that you're going to read today. It's not the one you're doing today. It's one we did on Friday. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to go through this text and record my details here under text 1 to kind of figure out what is my main idea of this one text. This is the only part I'm going to show you right now. We'll do it part by part each day. All right, so the text says, excerpt from Trading Places. It says, Todd was lying on the family room floor doing math homework, when he heard his mother from her shift at the Crafts cottage. She was later than usual, so she must have stopped on the way home to get groceries. Todd hoped so. Groceries are one of life's good things. Math homework was another. Todd knew other kids thought it was strange to like having math homework, but he did. He loved questions that had answers, problems that had solutions, 20 of them, all on one page. He loved looking at a neat page of calculations and knowing that he had them all 100% right. So remember, when we read a text, we want to chunk it. So I'm going to kind of make a marker for myself so that I know that I am chunking this text at this part. I'm just going to put some lines. You could use some colors, but I'm going to put some lines here so I know I'm chunking that text and stopping right there so I can jot down a main idea that I observed. Well, one thing I think the author is trying to tell me right here is that the author is trying to tell me that Todd is excellent at math. He seems to do really, really well with math, and he also enjoys it. All right, let's keep reading. It says, his mother came into the family room and clicked off the TV. Todd looked at Amy, so lost in her book that she didn't seem to register their mother's presence in the room. But their father, dozing on the couch with the remote in his hand, came awake with a guilty startle. David, Todd, Amy. Quiet voices could sound so much more menacing than shouting ones. I need you to come into the kitchen now. Amy put her book down then, and the three of them struggled into the kitchen. If they had tails like Wiggy, the tails would have been tucked between their legs. Look at this place, Todd's mother said. I'm going to pause right there. And I'm going to write an important idea right there that we learned was that, maybe something happened. So Todd, the family I'm going to put was called into the kitchen by the mother. Just kind of jotting down details as I read. All right, let's keep going. It was bad. Newspapers in an untidy heap on the table, dirty dishes everywhere, an empty milk carton standing on the counter next to spilled cereal left over from breakfast, and 2 sacks of groceries his mom had just carried in from the car. I want this cleaned up. I want these groceries put away. I want a decent meal with every part of the food pyramid represented on the table in 60 minutes. Call me when it's ready. I'm going to be upstairs soaking in a hot tub. Then she was gone. Once his first spasm of remorse had passed, Todd actually felt relieved. It was so much better to be doing something rather than nothing, to be solving a problem rather than pretending it didn't exist. He opened the dishwasher and started loading dirty dishes into it. as Amy and their father took the groceries out of the paper sack and put them on the pantry shelves and in the fridge. All right, so then I'm going to pause right here and just do a quick jot. Okay, what happened in this story? So, Miss Ward is typing with one hand. It's a new skill, so forgive me if it takes a minute. Mom tells the children to clean up the kitchen. All right, let's keep reading. Notice I'm just chunking as I go along. All right, how does the food pyramid work? Their father broke the silence to ask. You're supposed to eat a lot of grains and cereals, Todd explained. They had studied the food pyramid at school last year. They're on the bottom of the pyramid, the wide part, and hardly any fats and sugars. They're the little part at the top and eats lots of vegetables and fruit, and some protein too. I don't think she really cared if we had the whole pyramid, Amy said, just so it looks sort of balanced. I mean, not just popcorn and apples. Maybe we should look in a cookbook, their father suggested. There was a white bookcase full of cookbooks against one kitchen wall. It was hard to know where to begin. Some of them were as thick as dictionaries. Others had obviously unhelpful titles, such as 50 Christmas cookies from One Basic Dough or Easy Entertaining. Here's one, Todd said. He pulled out 30-minute meals. Their father glanced at the clock on the microwave. So it looks like it wasn't always only just their kids that had to clean the kitchen and cook. It was also their father. So children and dad. Okay. Can you find one that says 15-minute meals? Todd checked the shelves again. Nope. The only other one that tells the minutes is the 60-minute gourmet. Okay, 30 minutes it is. Let's make something with chicken, Amy said. I will put away a lot of chicken. How about curried chicken breast with rice, Todd asked. It looked good in the picture. Do we have any rice? Right there, their father answered. What about fruits and vegetables, Amy reminded them. We'll have broccoli on the side, their father said. Dairy products. Todd thought the pyramid had dairy products on it somewhere. You kids can drink milk, and look, there's some cream in the sauce. Do we have any cream? Amy checked the fridge. We have half and half. That's sort of like cream. All right, I'm going to pause right there, and I'm going to make a note of what the family is doing. So it looks like the family is discussing the food pyramid of how to eat healthy. Oops. And creating a balanced meal. So they want to have everything they need from the food period in their meal pyramid. And then also, if you didn't notice, there is a food pyramid at the top of this page right here. Okay, all right, I'm going to go back to where we were to continue. It says, the meal took more than 30 minutes to make. It turned out that the 30 minutes started after you had chosen the recipe, located the ingredients, and done whatever preliminary chopping you had to do, which for curry chicken breast was a lot. Still, 45 minutes later, their father sent Amy upstairs to summon their mother to dinner. When she came into the kitchen, she stared in apparent disbelief. You even fixed broccoli, she whispered. So it looks like in the end, Mom was impressed, which was a vocabulary word we used, with the healthy meal the family created. So if I were to say the main idea of this text, I would say this text was mostly about a family learning about the food pyramid and how to make a healthy, balanced, and nutritious meal, and them creating a healthy, balanced meal together. And that's it for that first one. Then I would move on to my next text, and I would do the same thing in my second text box. I hope that was very, very helpful for you. And please don't forget to come on to Zoom at 2 p.m. so we will go over your work for today, which I know is a different text than the one I just gave you an example of, because I want you to try that other one by yourself and on your own. Alrighty, I'll talk to you later. Bye.